All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy 420 and welcome to Millertime Motorsports. We have the Week 8 recap here. We haven't met for a while on the podcast, but we are going into our final week. Actually, the GT3 series has already finished up theirs, and there's been a couple others, I think, that have possibly clinched. So we're going to go through that, but I want everybody, if you're only going to stick around for a couple minutes and not listen to the whole podcast, that's absolutely fine. But we would like you to at least stick around for 5 or 10 minutes here at the most. But we've got a couple announcements we want to go through, and once we cover that, we get into the individual series and the championships and stuff. If you want to leave or come back later, that's fine. However, on the first announcement, we hit 700 league members this week. I think we got 706 right now. 283 on Facebook. And I believe it was like 110 or so on Discord. So I want to take a second, and we've never really used Discord. We're now like we're 3 seasons in, and we've grown every season.
And this Discord thing is for the future, is the way to go for what we're doing for now.
Right. So we're still we're not going to change anything we're doing on Facebook. But we need everybody to also get over on Discord. Make sure you join us there. If you're having trouble finding us, you can actually go to our Facebook page. You can go through the About section there, and we have a link to our Discord. So make sure you're joining us on Discord. And one other thing I want to mention there, especially if you are participating in the 305 series, and we're going to talk a lot about that here in a few minutes, but if you are participating in the 305 series, we need you to put your Discord name as your name in iRacing, or at least so that we know who you are, because if you, we may end up interviewing you during the 305 series. So we need that information. We'll talk more about that here in a few. But again, slide on over to Discord. Join us there. Next topic, the T-shirt donations. It's been absolutely amazing. This season, a lot of people have supported us. A lot of shirts have went out. We appreciate that. If you haven't got yours already, we will be doing championship shirts here shortly. You can see Steve and I have ours on. Steve's got a mod on his. Got the name and the number on the back. You can pick from a light gray. These, I think, that we both have on are charcoal. And then there's a white also. But pretty cool shirts. It's just a small donation. Small donation on Facebook that you can give us there. It's $30, and you actually, that's the donation, and you receive a shirt that we ship to you.
Yes, and since none of us are champions, I do believe the champion shirt it says like champion underneath of it, I think. But, we're never going to probably get one of those unless this game comes out with racing lawnmower. I'm telling you, I've said this like 5 times. Racing lawnmowers, dude, we're in. We're in. Your zero turn ain't gonna do it, but
no. But I would join you, or golf carts.
Racing, yeah, I do both.
I mean, you've wrecked a couple of those before.
Yes, but nonetheless, I was told before the broadcast that I have to stay on this freaking schedule that my boss gave me here, my brother here, younger brother boss.
Well, maybe we can talk about them later.
Listen to you. You're already going at it. Yeah. Anyway, where we at? You were at T-shirts, so yes, guys, they're amazing T-shirts, and thank you for your support. Yeah.
Absolutely, we appreciate it. That's what makes we buy these championship shirts out of our pocket. Which is the donations plus all the races that we end up putting up. I mean, it costs us just a small amount of money there just to race all these series. So we appreciate the support. Moving on to the summer racing series schedule, which we discontinued a few series that may not be forever. It's definitely for the summer series anyway. We don't all want to live behind a computer. But going through the schedule real quick, and a couple nights are changing, times are changing, so make sure you note this. But the Legends will be at 6 p.m. every other Wednesday starting on May 19th. The NASCAR League will be at 7:30 p.m. every other Wednesday, starting at May 19th. The SK Modifieds will be on the weekend or the weekend between those, so every other week, also on Wednesday.
Same night, same night as
6.
As the Legends. Yep.
Yep,
Right.
starting on May 26th. Not the same night as the Legends. It's actually
No.
the opposite Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep.
But yeah, so they rotate each other, right?
Yep, correct.
Yep, I got
And
you.
they both start. Legends and SK start at 6 on Wednesdays. It'll be every week, but you're doing every other one. And then Indy Car will be 7:30 p.m. On Wednesdays, starting on 5/26 also. So each one of those series will have a total of 7 weeks each. It's a very small schedule. However, again, we wanted to limit the time that we're in here in the house during the summer. So we are racing on Wednesdays and Sundays only. So going into the Sunday night, this is exciting news, and we'll talk more about that here in just a minute. But we will have the Dirt 305 sprints still starting at 6 p.m. The 360 sprints starting at 7:30 p.m. and the 410s, which will be an addition, and it'll also be our first open setup.
Open setup finally. Yes, I
So
agree.
we feel like, if you can run the 410s, you should get the advantage of an open setup. That's the top you're going to go in the sprint cars. So we definitely want to open that up for setups, and that will be starting on Sunday, 5/23, which will be May 23rd. Like I said, at 6, 7:30, and 9. And the 305s, that's going into our next topic, and it's a big topic right now, is going to be broadcast. And it's if you haven't already checked it out, make sure you get on Facebook, follow Dirt ITV, and you'll be able to watch the broadcast from there. Share that channel. All your friends, your family, they can watch it with you on the 305s on Sunday night. And this is the 305 sprint only that is going to be broadcast. And we've partnered with Ryan Griffith. Ryan Griffith has won every 305 championship that we've ever ran. He's got the chance to win the 305 championship this Sunday.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, he'll win it.
We appreciate Ryan, what he's done. He's been here with us since the very beginning. I think he was probably the 4th league member to ever join, and he told me he wasn't looking at a starter league. But nonetheless, he's still here, and now we're starting a broadcast with him. And he's not going to run that series, but it's going to be neat, guys. He's already previewed it so far in the spring series the last couple weeks. So again, this week at Eladora, he will be participating in the 305. So the races he's in, he won't run, or he won't broadcast. But anything else that he's not, he will broadcast that. Guys, this is going to be full of driver profiles, driver interviews. It's neat.
Yeah, it is. During the breaks or between heats and stuff like that, guys, he does these interviews, and man, is it amazing during the race to see this person, and your profile pops up on the screen. It's really cool. My wife absolutely hates this stuff, but when she actually sees that, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's actually it's really cool. I catch myself not even wanting to really make the race, so I can just sit there and watch the broadcast.
Just watch the race. Yeah, I agree, man.
But anyhow, so we've got Ryan Griffith again. He's dominated the 305s. He will not be running in the summer series. He will be doing the broadcast, so it'll be open to anyone. I mean, championships, anybody's at this point. We've never had a different winner. And then Ryan will participate in the 360s and the 410s, I believe. So he will just be doing the broadcast here. One thing we do need from everybody, though, there's 42 confirmed drivers right now. We need a Google form filled out. You can see that on Facebook. And there's also a picture you need to submit. You will be asked to possibly submit a real quick introduction of yourself. And then also, like I said, you have to join Discord, and you'll be asked to do interviews. If you're doing good, you may be asked to do an interview just to step in and talk to you for a minute. We want to talk to everybody a little bit, so get to know you. Anything else you want to add to that before we go into some maybe FAQs for the league?
No, because I think the FAQs might take care of some of that stuff. I mean, but just it's very important everybody gets their stuff put in, because trust me, it's worth every second of it. Whatever you take to put it in, it's gonna be worth it. This thing is amazing. Yeah, I can talk about that all night. But, yep.
It is really neat, and it's taking Millertime Motorsports to a whole nother level. We appreciate the partnership with Ryan Griffith, and this is going to continue to grow. Yeah. So going through a couple of the questions we've gotten about the league, is there a fee to enter the league? No, it's open to anybody. It's completely free. Ryan is actually offering it's a good 1.5 2 foot trophy at the end of the season to the winner.
Yes, that's right. It's a nice trophy, big trophy for the
very
winner.
Nice trophy and broadcast.
And
but it is completely free.
A champion shirt too, and
yep,
like that.
But we do need you to fill out that Google form. That is very important. If you want to participate, you need to fill out the Google form and connect on Discord. So the next question we've been getting is, do I need to have a driver profile and picture to compete in the 305 league? The answer to that is ultimately yes, but also no. We will let you compete the first time without it. As soon as the race is over, we would want you to fill out the Google form, send a picture in, so Ryan can get everything up to date. Please do not wait to the start of the next race to do it, because it does take some time to get all that. But we want this broadcast to be successful, and to make it very successful, it's best if we have everybody's information.
Because we have a lot of interviews and stuff that's going to happen. And like I said, take the time, do it, guys. It's going to be worth it. So it doesn't matter if you place in the top 3 or not. You're going to have interviews no matter where you're at. So, and it's the coolest thing. It always throws me off guard, though, Chris. I mean, just like you the other night. You were racing and practicing, and it came on, and it was the coolest thing to watch it live, actually. So,
but it is actually really neat, and he's not going to talk to you forever, so don't be scared. It's a quick couple questions and moving on, and just like they do on TV, guys. So I mean, it's actually a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, which leads into the next question there, Chris. Do I need to have a Discord for the 305 League?
Well, yes, because like we've already mentioned, I mean, it's been important for interviews. We actually have a channel set up for interviews and awaiting. We have an interview booth that will drag you into. You guys won't have the rights to just go join the interview booth or just join the broadcast or anything, but we will drag you in there. We'll interview you. Ryan will do most of that. But again, it is required that you have the Discord.
Yes, I don't have no more.
So one more question we had is, what if we miss a race? So we all got busy lives. That's been a question that's been brought up before, even in the spring series. We made every race count. We understand people have stuff going on in the summer. So in the all the series except for the sprint cars, where we're running 7 weeks, we will take 6 races will count towards your point standings. So that will take your highest 6. So if you miss a week, it's not going to really hurt you too much in the points. You'll eventually make that up as long as you made the other 6 races. And then as far as in the sprint car league, we are racing every Sunday night. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but so we will have 12 races throughout the summer series. We will take the top 10 races that you have with us. So hopefully you don't have to miss any more than 2. We did take off some holiday weeks. We actually start on May 23rd, and then the next week is Memorial Day, so we actually take it off, and then we take off around to July 4th. So there's some weeks that we actually take off, but there are 12 races in there, and then 10 of them will count.
I love that idea. Love that one. You know, for any reason. If you got to miss, you miss. If you're like me and just, sometimes just, I don't know, can't do anything, then yes, this might help once in a while.
One thing Ryan and I have been talking about too, because Ryan's very involved with this league. Obviously, he's sponsoring it. He's doing the broadcast. One thing him and I have been talking about, we may be, we don't know yet, completely redoing the points as far as how many points you earn and stuff. We may follow more of last night we were looking at the World Outlaws point standings. We may follow more of that point standings there. And that one, you get 75 bonus points, or 90, I guess it is in real life, just for showing up and qualifying. And then there's up to 60 that you can earn. You would get 60 if you ended up winning the race. So a total of 150 points available, but just to qualify, you at least get 90. So if you don't get out of the B main and you showed up and you used your time, at least with us in the league, you still got some points.
Yes, I like that, man. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't make it last night to that meeting.
Yeah, so I mean that's first. So you and I have really talked about it, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because I don't know what we're going with yet. But that is something that we're looking into a little bit more.
Got my first piece of artwork from the
Yeah, very nice. And I haven't seen any other questions really, other than same rules. iRacing cautions will be with this or what?
I don't know. That's going to kind of be up to Ryan if he wants to do all that. I doubt he's going to want to as he's broadcasting because he's not watching everybody. So probably still going to be iRacing cautions.
I'm okay with that. I thought it's been fine.
Yep. So that kind of wraps up at least going into the summer series. And again, guys, we are excited. A couple things we need, though, is if you plan on participating in the 305s, we need the Google form, we need the picture. We need you to join us on Discord. And we're pumped about it.
Oh, yes. Let's go. Do I got to change hats? Hey, I think it's time for a commercial. Do we have commercials on this show?
Absolutely.
Hey, manager.
We can take a quick commercial break. We good with that? Let's take a quick commercial. Let's go about 5 minutes here. We'll be back.
Woo! ATA 5.
right, guys. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that promo video of what we have to come here in the 305s as we just finished up that conversation when we went to commercial. But, wow, it's going to be awesome. So I'm pumped about it. But moving forward, we want to talk about kind of where we were at from the season standpoint in each series and what we have to look forward to here in the last week. Talk about the points race, talk about how many wins everybody had, and we'll go through that real quick, and then we'll finish up the podcast. But starting off with the GT3s that actually finished up their series last night. They had the 14-miler last night. Don't ask me how to say the name of the track. So, Brad McCombs won that. So, and that gave him his third win on the year. He ended up finishing second in the points.
One's over already.
It's over.
Yeah, and that was like that newer burger or something.
Yes. Yeah, I actually would have liked to have ran that, but man, I wasn't going to.
I totally forgot, or I would have, because that was that like 15, 16 mile thing.
14 mile, yeah. So this series, though, we only averaged 12.1 drivers. Steve and I, unfortunately, weren't involved with this series a whole lot.
Nope.
I never planned on being involved with this series. I was planning on taking off Monday nights. Montana kind of ran this. I know the last couple weeks it gets to be this time of the year, and Steve and Montana get pretty busy with the golf course, and I don't even know if he made it the last 2 weeks, but we're not going to continue this series into the summer anyway. I don't know if Montana will bring it back in the fall. We appreciate everybody that did come out. I know Tony really helped one race where I chimed in a little bit. He kind of ran the show, and but overall, the numbers were down. Just not going to continue it. We did end up having 39 total drivers in the series, so wasn't too bad. And we can't leave without saying, but I mean, Tony Watson, what did he do?
I mean, he's dominating.
Started out. I think he won the first 3 or 4 races. I don't know for sure.
I think he won the first 3. I think he won 4 out of 5, I believe. Not too sure there, but nonetheless, some of them he even started in the very back and won. So I think he could have won it anytime he wanted to. But
I don't know. I mean, I didn't go back. I know Brad showed up to one of them, and I finished a pretty close second to Tony that I watched, and then Brad ended up having 3 wins, won the last race there at the end of the year, and Colin McKevitt, he ended up, I don't know when he actually joined. I don't know if he was there at the beginning, but it looks like he ended up third in the points, and he had a couple races that he threw in there. I think he won back-to-back there right before the ending of the season.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not sure because I raced the first 3, and I don't remember his name, but, I only did 3 races. Sorry about that.
But anyway, Tony Watson will be getting a championship shirt. We'll be contacting you, Tony, on Messenger if you're watching. But you will be, you were deemed the champion, so you definitely earned it. I think it's pretty dominant.
Underneath it. Yep, he will get the champion over there. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
It won't have the boom, boom on it. It's just
so again, we won't be doing this series in the summer. Maybe we'll do something with it in the fall. Again, thanks for coming out. So moving on to the SKs now. Tonight is the season finale.
Champion will be crowned tonight.
It will. So real quick, though, we averaged 25.6 drivers per race. So this actually started out really bad at the beginning of the year. I almost quit this series. Altogether, almost dropped it out of Millertime Motorsports.
After the first...
Yeah, like week 1 or 2. And then, really by the end, this has been one of the best leagues. One of the best series, I guess. But anyway, we averaged 25.6. We had 76 drivers total in the series. Last week, real quick, we had Philip Edwards. Philip's been in the league for, I think, probably most of this season. He did win his first race of the year last week at 5 Flags. We did have 6 of 8 races had different winners. So
That's
we'll go through
amazing.
that here. Yeah, we'll go through that here in a second. But leading the points, Grant Clark.
I was hoping you'd let me say it. Yes.
Oh,
Grant Clark, man, he's got it almost but wrapped up tonight, man. Where's he got to finish? Like 11th or better or something tonight?
11th or better definitely clinches it. That would put Dan Quigley would have to win it and get all the bonus points possible. Weston Ward's 7 points behind Dan, so he would have to do the same thing Dan would have to, and then Grant would have to finish worse than 18th, I believe it is. So, yeah, Grant's sitting good, but all these guys that we're about to mention, so you got Grant Clark sitting in first with 350 points and 1 win. You got Dan Quigley in second with 332 points and no wins. Weston Ward is third, which ended up having an issue last week where I think his internet shut off or something. He ended up finishing dead last, and it really dropped him down here. But he's third with 325 and 3 wins. Brandon Braswell's fourth with 311 and no wins, and Travis Sutphin is fifth with 309 and no wins. Every one of them guys can still win the race, still win the championship, yet tonight. So 41 points separate the top 5 drivers. There are 55 points possible in this week's race.
Yeah. Telling you.
So it's good.
Nice car to drive, dude. And it's fun to drive. I wish I could have been in more. With my schedule, it's tough. So.
It is fun, and sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Like I said, it depends where you're at. And that Concord race sucked too, so I don't even ever want to talk about going back there.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think we're going to go to bigger tracks with these in the future?
Yeah, if you check out the Summer Series, it's another thing we can mention.
Yeah.
You get on iRacing, go to the Summer Series, find it on your leagues, go to the schedule. We kind of separated the modifieds and the legends this time instead of following each other. They do race a lot of similar tracks or the same track, but modifieds are all on pretty decent sized tracks, needless to say.
Good.
Real quick
That's
before
great.
we run off of them, we got Martinsville tonight. That's where the championship will be done, and Grant's looking to hopefully win that. But a couple other winners that we did have on the season real quick before we leave. We had Philip Edwards, which we already mentioned. He won last week. We had Patrick Day had 1 victory. Maxwell Smith had 1 victory. And Thomas Flanagan also had 1 victory. So great season in the SKs, and looking forward to the Summer Series.
Yes, congratulations. After tonight for whoever. Oh, dear. All right, next. Legends.
Wednesday
Take
night,
over.
we averaged 32.75 drivers per race. So this is right up there with our best series. I have a feeling the 305s are, when it comes to attendance, is going to take this over this coming season. But we want to concentrate on the 305s with what we got going on there, too. We're not going to take nothing away from these guys, but it's been a good series. We had 89 drivers total in the series. Last week, Chase Belcher won his first race of the year. I know he's been up there quite a few times towards the front. Got his first victory at 5 Flags. 4 different winners on the season. Sean English, it's pretty much dominated.
Just has to show up, man. He just has to show up this week.
Just has to show up. He has to get 1 point.
Yep.
So, needs to show up, and he'll clinch this on Wednesday night. Chase Belcher, which we just mentioned with the win, he's there in second. Again, in order for Chase to win the championship, he would have to be top qualifier, lead the most laps, win the race.
And wreck Sean.
And Sean English needs to miss the race. He can't even show up.
Oh, I got you. That's right.
So he just needs 1 point. So this one's pretty much over. Sean English will be the champion there, I'm sure. Unless we just DQ him or something.
Nah, congratulations there, Sean.
I agree.
Hell of a driver he is. Just Got to be patient.
Has to calm down a little bit, but hey, nonetheless, I am not taking
Yep.
nothing away from him. He destroys
Nope.
me. So
Hell of a driver.
third, we have Dan Quigley. So Dan was up there in second of the SK Modifieds. He's here in third in the Legends with 308. He has no wins, but he is eliminated from the points. Paul Massey's in fourth with 293 and no wins. Again, he's eliminated. And Patrick Day is fifth. Patrick's came on pretty strong. He's kind of led that league a lot, talks a lot on the mic, communicates well.
I was going to say, yeah, fifth. I mean, he's fifth with one win. Anytime you can get a win, I mean, that's...
Yep, and he actually missed the first week or two of this series. So, I mean, he ended up being right there in points.
Yep, good. A good one to look forward to in the future here, hopefully.
Right on. So, again, 55 points separate top two drivers. Again, Sean just has to show up. Other winners on the season were Eddie Lombardo. He had one win, and the Legends will finish out their season at Martinsville tomorrow night at 7:30.
Yeah, good. We'll see you then. I don't know. On the NASCAR, right?
On the NASCAR.
One of the ones that I think I've been there every race so far on this thing.
Yeah, I've missed one or two of these
divisions that I'm growing to really like.
All right, well, I'll hit the numbers real quick. It looks like I'm going to talk about you there anyway. I think I got you in my notes. You're still not out of the championship race officially. However, we did average 26.5 drivers per race, so pretty good turnout for the NASCAR series. We started out the first race. We actually had a couple people not even be able to get in. It's the first race we've ever actually filled all the way up, and it was at Daytona. It was during Daytona week of NASCAR, I believe, too. But nonetheless, we ended up having 26.5, 67 drivers in total on the series. I love the 2-liter, man.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I know. I'm not complaining. Onward.
Oh, I thought that was Diet Dr. Pepper. All right.
Let's go.
All right, Nick Galusha won his first race of the year last week at Texas Motor Speedway. So we have had 7 different winners on the season. Currently, right now in the points, we got Dawson Wadlington. He's been leading a lot of the season with 339 points and 2 wins. We got Grant Clark is sitting in second with 315 points and no wins. But again, Grant Clark, so he's leading the SKs, and I think we even talk about him again.
I mean, he's right there. I mean, anything can happen at iRacing this last.
So right now he's 24 points. I don't have it figured in my head here, but he's 24 points behind. There's 55 points possible. So Dawson's going to have to finish somewhere in the 25th or better, 23rd or better, and he will clinch that one. So Grant's got a long shot there. However, he is still in the points. We got Jim Smith is in third with 305 and no wins. Eddie Lombardo is fourth with 302 and no wins. Timothy Manchester's fifth with 300 points and no wins. And Steve Miller is sixth. Steve is
296, no wins.
296 and no wins. So top 6 drivers are separated by 43 points. 55 are possible this week, so any one of those drivers could possibly still win the series championship on Thursday night.
Yes, and 5 right now. I can tell you, I'm hoping for a top 5 in this, and I really think I can get one on this.
It's just a matter if you stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I know, but I think that I can handle this. The way the car was at Talladega was absolutely awesome. If I can get anything close to that, we're good to go. So.
Nope. You've had a stellar season.
But
proud of you, brother.
It's all close. Yeah, thanks. But it is very close to the top 3. I would say this is Grant and Dawson's. One of them two is going to walk away the champ on it.
It's interesting because going to iRacing Super Speedway, it could be really easy to get caught up in something. and Dawson doesn't hold on to the top 25 and ends up losing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, anything can happen at these places. At that. Oh, it could happen for sure. Sure.
I guess he would actually have to be like, I don't know how many bonus points there are there. It's like 7. So he'd have to actually be like 17th or better, I believe.
All right. So actually, the best case scenario is them two get into it with each other. Both of them finish dead last, and then it opens it up for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and maybe that 6th place Steve Miller guy.
Man, you know that would, because then you're only 9 points behind Jim Smith. So,
yeah.
Man, if that happens,
we
hey,
can't
I'll draft off of you all the way in the back. All right.
We can't spend the whole show on me.
Other notable winners in the NASCAR series this year: Jason Grames won one, Nathan Brown won at Daytona to kick off the season, Nick Galusha won last week, as we already mentioned. Ben Wirt, he won one, Nick Sawyer won one, and Billy Hobart just won it. I believe that was Talladega. I think so. But this week we end the season at iRacing Super Speedway. So good luck. Try to stay out of the big one. And Dawson, you can wrap it up if you stay clean.
That's on the NASCAR. Now, the Indy is also in.
Yeah, so moving on to Indy. And this one still actually has 2 races left because of the internet issue we had with the race that got about 10 laps in at Homestead earlier in the year. We are doing a doubleheader this Friday, still starting at 7:30, and then we're going to have we'll have iRacing Super Speedway at 7:30, Homestead at 9, and we will end the season after that. So we did average 20 drivers per race, that's only 7 races. We had 55 drivers total in the series. Julian Altena won his first race of the year last week. So we had a big group of first-time winners. I think every race we ran last week other than GT3s were a first-time winner. He won at Texas. Yeah, he won at Texas Motor Speedway for the first time. We had 6 different winners on the season. We'll get to them here in a minute. But currently leading the points in the Indy Cars. Who is
Freeze
it?
up. Indy Car is Grant Clark. Are you kidding me?
All right. Well, you said you wanted to mention it the last time. So.
Oh, I thought you froze up on your screen, man. I'm like,
I waited for you to mention it.
See, that's what happens. Sorry, guys. It is
just making sure you weren't sleeping over
yes,
there. I mean, that's how you got through school. You got through school sleeping, didn't you?
Nonetheless, I grow grass for a living. Let's just move on.
Okay. Right. Talk about Grant.
Oh, he's kicking ass, dude. He's 338 points with 1 win. Thing is, he's helped the league out a lot with setups and helping people with lines and stuff. He's been I appreciate the dude. I mean, great.
Man, and he's another one, Patrick Day communicates a lot in that SKs and the Legends, and I'll tell you what, Grant's communicated in every series he's been in. He runs the Legends, he runs the Sprint. I think he runs every series with us.
He runs dirt series, yes, and guys, he is very good in the dirt cars. I mean, it's amazing how the versatility this guy has.
That's good. He does good in all the series too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's 38 points ahead of second. And remember, guys, we do have 2 races left here. So, actually, the top 7 I'm going to go through here are actually in the points still. So, we got Bobby Douglas, which is second with 300 points and no wins. Tim Akers is third with 280 and no wins. Scott Relier is fourth with 258 points and no wins. Jim Smith is fifth with 250 and no wins. Ron Overbay is sixth with 243 and 1 win. And Bill Henry is seventh with 229 and no wins. So 99 points technically separate the top 7 drivers. I mean, Bill is officially not eliminated yet. However, 110 points possible in this week's doubleheaders. So it's anybody's race. They're still in the top 7. Probably more down to Grant and Bobby at this point.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, looking at no one's won any races but Grant in top numbers right there.
Yeah.
So,
You
and
know,
I know some of these guys are due, man.
yeah, Bobby's ran very well.
Yeah, Tim Akers, he's gonna get one soon.
And then, and you know, at the start of the well, and we had Julian one last week, but at the start of the season we had James Kennedy. He took off and run two of them right off the gate, and I don't know. He might have came back for a third, and then I don't know if he's really been back. But he had 2 wins on the year. Jason Graves has had one. I know he can't make it every week, or he'd probably be right up there. And then Gavin Sanders, he came on middle of the season, and he's got 1 win.
Yeah, it's open to anybody here. This one's at iRacing. Yep, this is going to be and at Homestead left. Anything can happen. But what's some nice things to look forward to in the summer series for these things? Kind of what's some different stuff we're going to do there?
I might have to pull up the series real quick.
I believe you got a road race in there, don't you?
Oh, we could. Yeah, we do have that. So we're looking at, again, these are every other week starting on May 26th. But we go to Michigan, and then it's Kansas, and then Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then Homestead, and then Watkins Glen, and that'll be the classic one. There's no sharp turns, pretty much hammer around it, but it is a road course.
Got it. Nice.
We got Las Vegas, and again we end on iRacing Super Speedway.
Okay, I got
So
it.
that's the 7 weeks.
Threw the Glen in there. I like that. That'll be something there.
Yeah, and I know we threw something else in there on NASCAR. We didn't throw a road course in, but we didn't go over the NASCAR schedule. But I think we did add Bristol.
You added Bristol.
So we will get away from all big tracks, and we'll throw Bristol in there.
Asphalt, right?
Yeah, Bristol asphalt. We're not doing the dirt. But yep, so that will be in the NASCAR series. But I think I'm all finished up with the Indy Car, and again it starts on May 26th at 7:30.
On this 58 modified real quick.
Yeah, so we haven't really had a podcast since we've changed, or we ended the season here on the 358s. But we're going to touch on the 358s and the big blocks real quick. We did average 14 and a half drivers in the 358s, 43 drivers total in the series. We had 6 different winners in 6 races. That's part of the problem that we ended up ending this thing, and I'll explain that. Eddie Lombardo, he was awarded the championship, had 150 points and 1 win. In first there, we had Randy Shreves in second with 117 points and 1 win. Clifford Gregg was in third with 111 and no wins. Quentin Reed was fourth with 108 and 1 win. And Quentin actually led this for a while, and I think he missed a couple weeks there, so ended up falling down to fourth. And then Anthony Hooker was fifth with 100 points and no wins. A lot of this series, guys, by the end, we only had 4 drivers in the last race, or maybe we had 6, and it was 4 in the big blocks. Just wasn't very good racing. We picked a bad night. We had it on a Saturday night, which is when the modifieds and sprints started running their own real life series, and a lot of these guys are involved with either pit crews or drivers, and it just didn't work out. We ended up ending the season after week 6.
Yeah, it's something that I failed to get into too. So, and
it's a Saturday night. It's a primo night for everybody.
Yeah,
this is a series that we're not going to give up on it necessarily. I'm not saying we're going to bring it back to the fall because we really have not discussed the fall at all. We won't. I mean, there's some things we need to do before the fall happens in order to make this happen. But we may take a chance on it again, change it to a different night. Won't be on Saturday night, and see what we can get out there. But we did have some other winners to note on the year. We had Matthew Belt with 1 victory, Thomas Flanagan with 1, and Jason Randolph with 1 victory.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure. I wasn't there that much. Shout out and congratulations to Eddie Lombardo, right?
Absolutely.
So Eddie raced a lot of different series this year.
Yes, he did. He's been with us almost every night possible, I think, for him.
Great guy. He's a great guy. He is retired, for anybody who doesn't know. That's what he said.
All right, so moving on to the big blocks. We averaged 12 and a half drivers per race, so a little bit down from the 358s. Again, that's why we ended the 358s in big blocks on Saturday night. We had 39 drivers total in the series on the year. We had 5 different winners in 6 races. Jeff Flaro, we ended up awarding the championship. As we went to the feature race and the last race that we ran, I told Jeff and Eddie they better run it out pretty hard for each other because it was going to be the championship more than likely. And Jeff ended up holding Eddie off. Jeff didn't get to win, had no wins on the year, but Eddie was second with 135, so ended up finishing 5 points behind him. Eddie did have 1 win. We had Craig Laudermilch, which was third in the points with 92. I believe that he only raced 3 races, and then he got involved in real-life racing and still held on the third.
Had to get involved in real-life racing, yeah. And yes, he would have been dominating.
Yeah,
But,
I think he probably would have won the series.
And if the series would have continued, this Chris Miller would not have probably finished 4th.
Well, actually, I would have passed Craig if it continued because he was racing on Saturday nights. Here's the thing. I would have never passed Jeff or Eddie, but that's why we decided to cancel the season. I hope people understand, like, if I'm 4th in the points, there's a problem with the league.
So look out for next season. So the very first race, he finishes in the top 5. Season's canceled.
Yeah, you're right, because it can't happen.
Anyway.
So we had Brandon Voiles and Bill Henry finished in 5th in big blocks with 82 points and no wins for either one of them. Other winners on the season included Jim Richard had 1. I don't even know how to say that name there. Lauk Bernier had 1 win. And Travis Snyder Jr. also had 1 win. Anything else you want to add on the big blocks?
No.
All right.
I'm good. We got to move on.
We got to move on. We got 2 more series to go over real quick.
Yeah, huh?
So, we got the 305 sprints. One of our best series and soon to probably be our best series with the broadcast.
Yes, it will.
But to finish up the spring series, we averaged 29.4 drivers per race, so that's pretty good. Only 3 down from our leader in the Legends. We had 86 drivers total in the series. PJ Popham, he won his first race of the year last week at Kokomo, so another first race winner. He actually dominated both the 305 and the 360s. We had 3 different winners on the season. Ryan Griffith, again, can't say enough about Ryan, but he's dominated the 305 since we started Millertime Motorsports back in last August of 2020. Here he is leading 234 points, has 2 wins on the season, has to finish.
Get him live right now. He's on his. We can get him on the phone.
I don't think he's live. I think he's working.
Right.
He would do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, if he finishes 11th or better, he will clinch his 3rd straight championship. So that's pretty amazing. But again, with the Summer Series, guys, Ryan is not racing. So there's going to be a new winner in Millertime Motorsports in the 305s.
Yes, for the Summer Series there. Still going to be a tough finish for him, man. We got what? Eldora this week? Yes.
Eldora this week. You always say Ryan's better on the small tracks, right?
I always say that.
Is Ryan going to win it?
He'll win the championship, but I don't think he'll win this race. Nope.
All right, so there's only one guy that can beat him. That's Travis Snyder Jr. There's a breakup between Ryan and Travis, so you guys know they were teammates this last year. They were preparing to do the broadcast together, and then there's been a falling out. GSR Racing's going a different direction, and here we are. Ryan's taking over the broadcast by himself. He's come out. He's recruiting new drivers to his race team. He says he's getting 2 new drivers to his race team. But here he is, last week of the season. Has to finish 11th or better and has Travis, his enemy at this point, right on his tail.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
It is.
They've won every race, haven't they? Between them
Other
two?
than PJ won this last week.
Yeah,
so
he
yes.
won this last one. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And Travis
Yeah,
was right there with him too. So
will be interesting for sure. But I'm taking this week. I'm taking Ben Workman. I think he's going to come out with the Eldora win this week. He's the guy.
you know, I could see that. Hopefully Ben can show up because last week he didn't show up and it really hurt him. I mean, he's still second in the 360 points. We'll get to that in a minute. But he's 5th in the points here in the 305s and missed a week. So to round out the top 5 in the points, though, real quick, we had Warren Samoy that will finish third, or not finish third. I'm sorry, he is currently 3rd. We still have 1 week to go. We have Eldora this week.
Yep.
Warren Samoy has got 152 and no wins. Ted Moffel is 4th, has 149 points and no wins. This guy had to go from the B main at Kokomo to make the A main to even get any points, and actually had a pretty good run there.
Yeah.
He has no wins, and he's sitting in 4th.
And is he in the? He's already in the summer series, isn't he?
Absolutely. He is one of them that's confirmed, got his driver profile.
Yes, and so is Warren.
He'll be one to watch. So will Warren. And I'm still hearing that Travis Snyder Jr. is not going to drive in the series. So it looks like Ryan and Travis will be out. And it's going to be anybody's.
Yes, I agree. You know, looking forward to it. Definitely, it's going to be awesome.
So this week at Eldora, we'll wrap up the championship in that series. And, you know, I can't do nothing but root for Ryan for what he's done with the league and also going for his 3rd straight before he bails on it and gives it up.
Yeah, it should be his. Yeah, I hope it is too. Great watching his videos. And, yep, he deserves this one. And I just hope he 3-peats. That's it. Like, whatever, just barely, though. Make this shit interesting.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Right.
I'd like to see Ryan actually, you know, maybe Travis wreck him on the last lap and he still finishes like 5th.
Add some drama in this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Spring for TV, guys. You guys gotta understand. Good.
And absolutely get over there and watch it. It will be on. Ryan will be broadcasting that again this Sunday night. Even though he is racing for a championship, he will be broadcasting that on Dirt ITV. Get over there and watch it on Facebook. Moving on to the 360s.
Yes.
All right,
And
so
then-
we
Yes.
averaged
Yeah.
26.6 drivers here, just down a couple from the 305. So honestly, I think this has become one of our best series, and who knows, maybe next year Ryan, or next season maybe Ryan will slip back to the 305s and we'll broadcast the 360s. Who knows? I don't know what we'll end up doing, but this is quickly becoming one of our best series we have. So in the 305s, we had 86 drivers. Had 86 drivers in this one. Kind of the same storyline. PJ won his first race of the year last week at Kokomo. Won the 305s and the 360s. Had 3 different winners on the season, just like the 305s. And guess what? It was the same 3 different winners. So again, the top 2 guys that have been winning is Travis Snyder Jr. and Ryan Griffith. They are not running the 305s. They will be running the 360s. So they will be coming out here to Travis will anyway, to try to defend his championship. I don't know. There's rumors he may not even race anymore, but nonetheless, if he does, he'll be defending his championship because he's already clinched it.
Yes, it's already clinched. Big time. 6 wins. But,
6 wins. 6 wins out of 8 races to this point.
And look at the names. Them top 5 names are just very good names. So that league looks good for the future also. This will be a great race at Eldora for this thing. I mean, what's your pick for this one? No other than Travis.
Oh, man.
You look,
You know, I don't know if Travis will show up. I think I'm gonna take. Man, I'm looking at that list. I'm going with Berkey, but I'm also gonna tell you who was I watching. Who was I watching this last week that was really good? I can't remember right now. But anyway, I'm going to go with Josh Berkey off that list.
Right. Now, this might surprise you a little with me. Now, I am taking Ryan Griffith in this one because he's going to wrap up the 305s right before these 360s. And then he's just going to go freaking nuts, man, like a celebration race. And I think he'll pull it off because he'll just go balls to the wall on this one. And I think he wrecks Travis in the process. First lane, or turn 1, 3 wide, takes him out.
Travis's signature move.
Yes. Drama. Good for him. Or whatever it is. This is Bargs for you.
Yes,
Anyway,
so we will end this week in crown. I guess Travis Snyder's already been crowned.
Yep.
But nonetheless, we'll still run the race here this week at Eldora Speedway. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, and the next season for that, nothing new there, right?
Other than we got 12 weeks, I think the only dirt track that we don't run that iRacing has is Fairbury. I think we run every other track. Well, we don't run the Chili Bowl. So every other track that is dirt, we run in the summer series. So
All right.
it's going to be neat. Again, we're only going to take the top 10 scores out of 12 races in the 305 and the 360s. We're adding the 410s in, open setup. Be cool. But we'll take the top 10 scores out of each one of those series, but they will follow each other to the same track each week.
All right, man. Well, I'm glad everybody could tune in this lovely day. What else do you got to say, Chris? Because I'm about to sign off. Peace out. Millertime Motorsports.
I don't think I really have a whole lot more to say. I think I've done enough talking.
Thanks again, Ryan. Your broadcasting is amazing. And everybody tune into the, what is it, Chris?
Dirt ITV on Facebook.
There he is.
All right, everyone. Have a good week. Congrats to all the winners. Hopefully we'll talk to you. Hopefully we can meet up next week and go over the champions. We're going to try to do more podcasts here in the very near future. We got the new summer series starting up again on 5/19 is the Legends in NASCAR at 6 and 7:30. 5:23 will be the sprint cars, all three series starting with 305s at 6, 360s at 7:30, 410s at 9. And we will have the modifieds and Indy Cars on Wednesday night starting 5:26 at 6 with the modifieds and 7:30 with Indy. Everybody have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon.